We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
All right. We are going to go with a different Justin Not Bieber. So we have Justin Not Bieber, and then we have another Justin B, which I now think is starting to become a joke of some sort. Anyways, this guy has a dedicated, fully treated 12-foot by 20-foot theater, but has sold his house, and now will only have a non-dedicated space. The new room is 11 by 15 with 12-foot ceilings. 12-foot ceilings. And will only seat two. And being a non-dedicated space will have fewer room treatment possibilities, though he'll be ordering custom art panels from GIK and placing them wherever possible. His main concern, though, is speakers. The old theater had JTR triple 12 mains and end center with Niles Stage Front Pro 870 FX for surrounds and surround backs. That's all sounds very professional. Is that professional stuff? Is that pro stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily pro, but what it is compression tweeters.
Okay, so loud.
Compression tweeters, very high efficiency. So he was already only in a 12 by 20 theater, which is not gigantic. Those JPR triple 12s can play insanely loud. So he must have been feeding them like
quarter of a watt,
0.03 of a watt to not destroy his own hearing.
All right, he loved the sound of the JTR so much they even made that for his weak Yamaha subs, he says. For this room, the JTR's speakers are outside the budget, so as a start, he additioned a 7.1.2 set of Klipsch reference Premier speakers at his brother's house and hated them. His old JTRs were dynamic, crystal clear, and enjoyable at all volume levels, while the Klipsch were annoying, harsh, and quickly fatiguing. You were not the first person that's ever said that about Klipsch. He's concluded that the only option to get JTR-like sound at affordable prices is to go to the DIY kits from the DIY Sound Group. Yeah, that seems like a nuclear option to me. But okay. He's ordering kits for a 5.2.4 setup from them, consisting of an HTM 12 main and center, a Volt 10 LX for surrounds and Atmos, and a pair of 18-inch Stonehenge subwoofers. The catch is while those speakers are available as kits, including the drivers, the Stonehenge sub is only the cabinet, and the DIY site, whatever, doesn't offer any
DIY Sound Group,
whatever, doesn't offer any suggestions on drivers to use. He likes the price of the Dayton Audio UM1822 18-inch Ultramax driver for Parts Express to be powered by Behringer iNuke amp, but according to the driver specs, the Stonehenge box is too small. So he asks, after all this, can he stuff the box to trick the woofer into filling a larger cubic volume? No. He doesn't want to have the wrong box volume and end up with too much needless mid-bass and boobiness. He's never gone the DIY route before, so he needs help. He was all set to order dual F25s from Rhythmic until the DIY Sound Group said that he could do way better for way less money with the Stonehenge subs. So should he reconsider? Okay. First of all, you ever watch a movie and people and like they're presented with a problem and then they're like, oh, well, if that's the issue, then what we should do is do this completely thing out of left field. That's where I kind of feel like this question went. We went from I don't like Klipsch, which, hey, you know what? I know a lot of people feel that way, to I have to all build my own speakers. I don't really think that that's a great idea. I'm going to be dead honest with you. You're going to end up spending a lot of money doing a lot of work, and you'll probably psychologically convince yourself that you like it. Probably. But I don't know that I would do this without hearing these speakers. Now, if he hasn't heard them before, I mean, this is way too big of a step to go. And go, the only other things I can think of that would be like these JTRs are, I mean, my first step after that would be Craigslist. Come on, guy. Craigslist, audio gone. Surely somebody's selling some of the speakers you actually want to have at a price that you can actually afford. Someone can do this.
You could also check out something like, Power Sound Audio or Reaction Audio, both of whom offer these very high efficiency, very high output type of speakers, at very affordable prices. Although not as inexpensive as these DIY kits. So if these DIY kits really are as much as he can spend, and of course these are compression tweeter type of designs. The first one is a 12-inch woofer compression tweeter. The other one is a coaxial design, but with a compression tweeter in the middle of that driver. So I can see what the appeal, and he's going by the testimonials of people on AVS forum and that who have built these speakers and swear by them. So yeah, I mean, obviously you can't return it. Once you can't return DIY stuff.
I think you've got to look for a middle ground here. You can do this, and I will get behind you, and that's fine. But if you have not purchased them yet, I would seriously take a step back and think about what you're doing. I mean, this is similar to just going on to a Honda forum and listening to people talking about how great Hondas are, and convince and then say, well, I was gonna buy a Ford truck, but now I'm gonna get an Accord, or I'm gonna get even a Honda Ridgeline or whatever their truck is. I was gonna get an F10, F150 or whatever it is. I don't know anything about trucks, and now I'm gonna get the Honda one because I was on the Honda forums and they talk about how great it is. I'm not saying that's not a great truck, and I'm not saying that you're not going to love it. I'm not saying you're not going to love these speakers. I am saying that you are taking a huge risk and possibly spending a lot of money and a lot of time putting together speakers that in the end you're going to go, well, these don't sound very good compared to what I'm used to.
It's not a ton of money.
Well, whatever. It's going to be when you factor in how much time he's going to spend doing this stuff.
Yeah. But, on the other hand, if he's visited someone else who already had these DIY speakers because they're fairly popular, and you're like, you know what, these are satisfying, but there's nothing in the design of these speakers that's making go, oh, you must avoid these.
No, I'm not thinking
they look like a perfectly reasonable design. Yeah, it's just we don't know exactly how they sound, and if you don't either, then it's tough because you won't be able to return them. But at the same time, you're not spending a ton on them. You could probably even sell them after you built them because there's plenty of people who are interested in these speakers. So yeah, I don't see it as a gigantic risk.
But DIY design before. Is that not a red flag for you, Rob? I mean, is that not a red flag? I mean, these crossovers aren't even put together. You know what I mean?
Even just finishing the bare MDF, that's not a trivial thing.
I mean, this is a bigger. Just think of every time you've ever tried to fix something around your house, right? It's going to take 5 minutes, honey, and then Sunday rolls around, and you're still working on the thing, and you've got half your living room apart. It's not as easy as the guys in the forums are saying it is. It's not as. There's a lot of stuff here that you have to be. I mean, I'm just saying, dude. Just saying.
There's Tekton audio out there too, which is not compression. They go for more like a ring radiator type of tweeter design, but again, high efficiency. And that was one of the guys who started Aperion, who's doing that that Tekton speakers. So yeah, there's options out there if you want fully assembled high efficiency speaker. If you like that high efficiency sound, I got zero beef with you liking that. But yeah, there are options out there that aren't super expensive. So yeah, we'll just mention that. Tekton, Power Sound Audio, Reaction Audio. If you haven't checked them out, he probably has because he's probably aware of all of those and came here not by accident, but just in case. And for everyone else who's listening who might not be familiar with it. So yeah, those to check out. But specifically on this subwoofer thing. Now, this is just a cabinet designed for an 18-inch diameter driver. It is kind of a shockingly small cabinet, especially for a ported design for an 18-inch driver. They say it's tuned to 19 hertz. Just mathematically, I don't know if that's true. It doesn't seem big enough. But okay, assuming it is, and going by the testimonials of the people who swear by it, there is a Parts Express 18-inch driver that should work perfectly fine in this cabinet volume. In the specs, it says the optimal volume is slightly bigger than this DIY Sound Group version of the cabinet, but it's not drastically larger, so I wouldn't be concerned about it. So yeah, Dayton Audio, this is still over at Parts Express, so it is there. Oh, love this model number, but RSS460HO in the 18-inch version. So But RSS460, that'll get you there. It's designed for a smaller cabinet volume like this and can be used in a ported design. So that's the one to go for. It's no more expensive than the one you were already looking at. It'll still work with like a 1,000 watt amplifier if you want it to. So I don't see a huge problem with choosing that driver and giving this a try. There you go.
Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.